As a child growing up, my favorite series of books was the Curious George series, and particularly out of all those, my favorite one was Curious George and the Firefighters. In the book, Curious George goes to the fire station for a tour, and while he's there, the firefighters uh, go on a call basically, and their call is for the structure fire at a local pizza place. And George jumps in and he rides along. And when they show up on scene, the firefighters start going to work, and George is just kind of in the way. They didn't realize he was there until they got on scene, and he's in the way. He could get hurt, so they ask him, or pretty much push him to the side. And he goes and sits on a bench. And on the bench, there's this bucket of balls and this frightened little girl. And he picks up a ball and offers it to her to play with, and she doesn't want it. She's scared. And so George begins to juggle. Well, then he attracts the attention of this boy, and they start playing catch. And then the ball ends up on top of the fire engine. He goes and gets it, and while he's up there, he kind of messes around with it, juggles a little bit, and attracts the attention of all these little kids. And they all come over, and everyone starts playing catch and having fun. And it takes this situation from where everyone's really frightened to now they're having fun, and it's he makes a bad situation into a good one. From the perspective of a little kid, I could see how I was a lot more interested in the little monkey itself and just kind of all the trouble he caused. But as I got older, it was more about the character of Curious George and how he goes on to he he really tries to experience life as a whole. Every time he has a curiosity about something, he goes and checks it out. And I feel like that's what a lot of young people don't do is go and experience those things that they need to experience because they're on such a stern mission. They're really trying more to go to school and get old basically than they are to just live their life at the age they're at now. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm 20 years old and I'm a firefighter, and I have been in the position where we push people to the side and they're in our way and we're trying to achieve our goal. But sometimes those people help even more when they go and comfort others. And I worked really hard to get to where I am, but at the same time, I see what I missed out on. And so I've made it a goal of mine, especially now looking back at these books, that even from a young age, it's important to go out and see those things that you need to see and live your life the way you need to live it. And this book also teaches a really strong life lesson in that manner of you need to go and live life, but it also shows that sometimes even the small thing of offering a child a ball or going out and you know juggling, entertaining people who are frightened and need help makes a really big difference in the long run. And those lessons I think are the most important for kids to understand. And I think that's part of the reason why it's so important for adults to read children's books to like a child, because that adult gets to relive that message that's in the book, and they get to experience that higher level of learning from what can be learned out of a children's book.